"Doctor, I walk every day, so why am I still getting weaker?" As a physician who has worked with adults over 64 decades, I hear this all the time. It's a frustrating feeling, and if you've experienced it, I want you to know you're not alone. The truth might surprise you. Walking is fantastic for your heart, your mood, and your overall health. I encourage it. But here's the catch. After the age of 60, your muscles stop responding to walking the way they used to. Think of it like this. Your muscles need a specific signal to grow stronger. Walking is like a gentle hum, but after 60, your body needs a clear, loud message to fight off sarcopenia, that gradual, silent loss of muscle that happens to almost everyone. Even 10,000 steps a day might not be sending a strong enough signal to rebuild what you're re-losing. But here's the really good news. Your body is still listening. It has the amazing ability to grow stronger at any age, as long as we give it the right message. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you 2 simple, equipment-free movements that send that powerful signal your muscles have been waiting for. These aren't just random exercises. They're designed to tell your muscles to rebuild. They awaken the deep foundations of your strength, the very areas that walking simply can't reach. And the benefits go far beyond just muscle. When you practice these movements consistently, you can improve your posture, making you stand taller and feel more confident. You can stabilize your balance, reducing the risk of falls. You can even enjoy deeper, more restful sleep and support the hormones that naturally decline with age. Your body doesn't necessarily need more movement. It needs the right kind of movement. It needs a smarter approach. Are you ready to send that powerful signal to your body? Let's begin. And if you find this helpful, please consider subscribing for more videos to help you stay strong and vibrant for years to come. Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, I want to talk about something incredibly important for anyone over 60 who wants to feel strong, independent, and confident for years to come. As a physician, I've seen countless patients worry about losing their strength, but I'm here to tell you that it's not inevitable. In fact, we're going to start with a movement that can reclaim it. The first exercise may look simple, almost too simple, but don't let that fool you. I've seen this single exercise restore upper body strength, posture, and confidence in patients who thought their best years were behind them. It's called the wall push, and it brings back a quiet kind of strength that often fades without us even noticing. I'm talking about the strength to open a tight jar, to push a heavy door, or to lift yourself from a chair without a struggle. These everyday motions can slip away so gradually that many people don't realize what they VA lost until it begins to affect their independence. But here's the hopeful part. This movement can bring that strength back, and it does so by activating a powerful biological process called mechanotransduction. That's a fancy term for how your muscle cells receive physical pressure and convert it into growth. After 60, this process naturally slows down unless we give our muscles a clear wake-up call. The wall push delivers that signal beautifully. You see, just walking only engages your upper body at about 20 to 30% of its capacity. But this exercise activates it at over 60%. That's enough to stimulate new muscle fibers, even at age 70, 80, or 90. And the benefits go far beyond just strength. First, it opens up your posture. Gravity is constantly pulling us forward as we age, rounding our shoulders and compressing our lungs. The wall push strengthens the exact muscles that pull your chest open, creating more room for fuller, deeper breaths. Second, it improves your breathing. By coordinating your breath with each push, you're actually training your diaphragm and rib muscles, supporting more efficient oxygen flow throughout your body. And third, it boosts your brain muscle communication. Every single repetition sharpens the neural pathways that help you react quickly, which is a key factor in preventing falls. I'll always remember a patient of mine named June, who was 71 years old. She was independent, stubborn, and very proud. She began doing wall pushes just 3 times a week. After only 1 month, her nagging back pain started to ease. After 2 months, she was lifting her grocery bags with confidence. And after 3 months, she told me, "Doctor, I feel like my upper body belongs to me again." That's what this movement does. It gives you back a part of yourself. So, how do you do it safely? It's simple. Stand about an arm's length from a sturdy wall. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, with your fingers pointing upward. Keep your body straight, like a plank, from your head to your heels. Now, bend your elbows slowly until your chest nears the wall. Then, exhale as you push back to the starting position. Start with about 8 to 10 repetitions, rest for 1 minute, and then repeat for 2 to 3 sets. Aim to do this 3 times a week. If it feels too easy, just step your feet back a little further from the wall. If it's too hard, move closer. This is about progress, not punishment. Your only goal is to feel that connection between your breath and your strength, between your will and your muscles. Now, let's move on to the lower body. If there is one movement that quietly predicts how long you can live independently, it's this one. It's not some complicated gym exercise or a fancy machine. It's simply your ability to sit down and stand back up with control. I want you to just think for a moment about how many times a day you perform this exact motion. Getting out of bed in the morning, rising from the toilet, standing up from the couch or your dining chair, even climbing stairs. These aren't just exercises. They are the very foundation of independent living. And yet, after 60, this basic pattern can begin to fade. It's not because you're suddenly weak, but because the body slowly forgets how to coordinate all the muscles required. Your quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and even your deep spinal stabilizers. The chair stand restores that entire chain. It's more than just a leg exercise. It's a powerful message to your body that says, I still want to rise on my own. And your body listens. Research shows that as we age, the simple act of standing up and sitting down becomes a powerful signal to the brain. It activates large muscle groups, and when these muscles contract together, your body releases important functional hormones, like growth hormone and testosterone. Even after 60, these aren't bodybuilding hormones. They are hormones that support muscle recovery, improve your mood, help regulate your metabolism, and can even aid in getting deeper sleep. In one study of over 200 adults over 60 practicing this movement just 4 times a week led to nearly 4 pounds of lean muscle gain in only 16 weeks. And even more impressively, a 50% reduction in fall risk. That's not just fitness, that's freedom. I think of Linda, a 68-year-old patient who told me, "Doctor, I'd have to push on my thighs just to get up from a chair." It was a source of frustration for her. But after practicing chair stands just 3 times a week for 6 weeks, she walked into my clinic smiling and said, "For the first time in years, I stood up without using my hands." That's not just strength, that's dignity, restored. So, how do you perform it safely? First, find a sturdy non-slip chair. For extra safety, you can place it against a wall. Stand in front of it with your feet about shoulder width apart and your toes pointing slightly outward. You can extend your arms forward for balance. The key here is to push your hips back first, not your knees forward. Lower yourself down slowly until your hips lightly tap the chair. Pause for a moment, then press through your heels and rise back up to a tall standing position, squeezing your glutes at the top. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. Rest for about 90 seconds and perform 2 to 3 sets. Try to do this 4 times a week. If your balance feels a bit off, definitely keep that chair against a wall. If the movement is too difficult at first, use a higher chair or add a few firm pillows to raise the seat. If it's too easy, try hovering just above the chair for a second without actually touching it. Remember, progress comes from patience, not from pain. Every single repetition you do is a vote for your future independence. Your legs aren't just muscles. They are your lifeline to the everyday freedoms you deserve to enjoy for the rest of your life. These 2 movements, the wall push and the chair stand, are your tools for rebuilding strength, stability, and self-reliance. They are simple, safe, and profoundly effective. Give them a try, and you might just be surprised at what your body is still capable of. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like. After caring for thousands of adults over the age of 60, I want you to hear this clearly. You don't need to train harder. You just need to train smarter and more consistently. That muscle loss you might be noticing, something we call sarcopenia, isn't a sign that your body is failing. It's a gentle signal. Your body's way of saying, I need more attention. I still want to stay strong. And the beautiful part is, your body can still respond. It can still rebuild. It can still get stronger at 60, 70, 80, and beyond. But it needs the right kind of support. Let me give you the principles I share with every older patient I work with. First, short, consistent sessions beat long, intense workouts every time. You don't need an hour at the gym or heavy weights. What you do need are 2 to 3 short, focused sessions each week. Even 10 to 15 minutes can stimulate muscle growth and improve your balance. Think quality, not quantity. A few thoughtful reps, done with good form and attention, will always outperform a rushed or painful workout. Second, protein is your partner in strength. Your muscles can't rebuild without fuel. After 60, your protein needs actually increase, even if your appetite decreases. Aim to include a good source of protein in every meal, not just all at once. Think eggs at breakfast, some yogurt or nuts as a snack, chicken, tofu, or beans at lunch, and maybe even some cottage cheese or a shake before bed. Your muscles do most of their repair while you rest, so give them the building blocks they need. Third, sleep and hydration matter just as much as exercise. Deep sleep is where your body really gets to work growing stronger. Hydration keeps your joints, your brain and your muscles functioning smoothly. Getting 7 to 8 hours of good sleep and drinking water throughout the day is just as important as any exercise you do. Fourth, listen to your body and don't be afraid of modifications. Pain is not a test, it's communication. Mild soreness is normal, but sharp or unusual pain means you should stop and adjust. Use a chair for support. Use a wall. True progress comes from good form, safe movement, and patience, never from pushing through pain. And finally, success isn't measured by speed or size, but by function. If you can move with more confidence, if you can stand up from a chair without bracing yourself, if you can walk without the fear of falling, if you can get through your day with less pain and more ease, then you are already winning. Strength at this stage of life isn't about looking a certain way, it's about living a certain way, independent, steady, confident, and proud of the body that carries you. As we finish today, I want to leave you with something simple but deeply important. Strength after 60 is unmeasured in how much weight you can lift or how fast you can move. It's measured in moments, the small victories that restore your confidence and independence. The moment you rise from a chair without pushing on your thighs. The moment you notice stairs feel just a little bit easier. The moment you realize you're standing taller, breathing deeper, and moving with more ease than you did a month ago. These aren't small things. These are signs that your body is waking up again, that your muscles are responding, your balance is returning, and your spirit is strengthening right alongside your physical health. You are not fragile. You are not too old. Your muscles have not given up on you. They simply need the right message, and you've already taken the first step by being here. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, even 90s rebuild strength they thought was lost forever. And I want you to believe, truly believe, that the same is possible for you. Take your time, move with intention, and never underestimate the power of small, consistent effort, because every rep, every breath, every attempt is a reminder. You are still capable, you are still growing, you are still here, and that, to me, is the greatest victory of all. If today's message inspired you or gave you a new way to think about strength after 60, I'd love for you to join our community. Subscribe the Healthy Path channel for more weekly, doctor-led guidance. Like this video to help it reach more people who need to hear it, and share it with someone you care about. You might just change their life. Tell me in the comments, which small movement will you start with today? Remember, aging isn't something to fear. It's a journey to walk with wisdom, courage, and the right support. And I'm here to walk it with you.